Hello guys, welcome back to the channel Mathematics World. In the last two videos we have started metric spaces and non-linear space. Today we will see open ball and the examples of that. Okay, but before we proceed, we have some inequalities that we have to know. So let's see one by one what are the equalities says. Here we have first inequality is Young's inequality. What it says, let p greater than 1 and q be defined by 1 by p plus 1 by q is equal to 1 if ab are greater than or equal to 0, then ab is less than or equal to a raised to p upon p plus b raised to q upon q. This inequality holds if and only if a raised to p is equal to b raised to q. Okay, so this is the inequality of Young's inequality. Next we have Holder's inequality. What it says, let p greater than 1 and q is equal to p upon p minus 1, and suppose x1, x2, xn and y1, y2, yn belongs to R, then summation I equal to 1 to n xi yi is less than or equal to summation I equal to 1 to n xi raised to p mod of xi raised to p the whole raised to 1 upon p into summation I equal to 1 to n yi raised to q the whole raised to 1 by q. Okay, this is Holder's inequality. Don't forget to put 2 dot over O, okay, because this is the notation of Holder's inequality. Next we have Cauchy-Schwarz inequality. That is summation I equal to 1 to n xi yi is less than or equal to under root of summation n equal to 1 to n xi square into square root of summation n equal to 1 to n yi square. Okay, this is Cauchy-Schwarz inequality. Now in the last video we have seen Minkowski inequality. Let us look again. Minkowski inequality. A is equal to a1 to an, b is equal to b1 to bn, then square root of summation I equal to 1 to n ai plus bi square is less than or equal to square root of summation I equal to 1 to n ai square plus square root of summation I equal to 1 to n bi square. Okay, this is Minkowski inequality. So now let's start with our today's topic, that is open ball. The definition of open ball is, let xd be a metric space for p belongs to x, r greater than 0, be any real number, then open ball is defined by BPR is equal to x belongs to x, distance between x and P is less than r. Okay, this is the definition of open ball. Here r is your radius and P is center. Okay, so we have seen usual metric, Euclidean metric, then we have also seen norm metric space. So let's see the examples of that, how we can find the open ball for that function. Okay, so first example, suppose x equal to r and D is your usual metric, means the function defined on usual metric is dxy is equal to mod of x minus y. Okay, so here how we can find the open ball for this function? What is our definition? Says x belongs to x, distance between x and P is less than r. So first we write x belongs to, instead of x we have r, so here we write r. So distance between x and P is less than r. Okay, so now what is the distance between x and P? Instead of y we write P. So from this what we get? X belongs to r, x minus P is less than r. Okay, so which means here we get P minus r and P plus r. How I get this? Now see here what we have, x belongs to r, x minus P is less than r, means which is equal to x belongs to r minus r is less than x minus P is less than r. This is inequality we get. And now if I add here P, what we get? X belongs to r, P minus r is less than, suppose we add here plus P, then this P and this P get cancelled, so here we have x and here we also add P, so P plus r. From this we can write P minus r and P plus r. Okay, means this is your real line and here you have P point. Okay, so the open ball for this P is this P minus r and this P plus r. This is your r for both the sides. Okay, so this is the open ball for this P. Okay, let's take another example. X is equal to r, dxy is equal to mod of x minus y upon 1 plus mod of x minus y, and you have to find the ball for 0 and half. Okay, means here your P is 0 and r is half. So what is our definition of BPR? Is equal to x belongs to r, distance between x and P is less than r. This is our definition. So how we can write? X belongs to r, distance x and P, instead of y we have P. So and see here the value of P is 0. Okay, so for in this function for y we put the value 0 and for r we put the value half. Okay, so let's write that P is what? 0 and r is what? Half. Okay, so which is equal to x belongs to r. Now see, x and 0 means y is equal to 0, so we put the value of y here. So from that what we get? Mod of x upon 1 plus mod of x is less than half. Okay, now we cross multiply, we get x belongs to r 2 mod of x is less than 1 plus mod of x. Okay, now this is also written as x belongs to R, mod of x is less than 1. Okay, so from this, mod of x is less than 1 means -1 and +1. So this is the ball for B0 half. Similarly, you can find this for B01 is equal to x belongs to R for same function. Okay, we are not changing the function here, we just change the value of P and R. Okay, so we get mod of x upon 1 plus mod of x is less than 1. So what we get, x belongs to R where x is less than 1 plus mod of x, means what we get here, the real number. Okay, because here we don't have the value for y, means we have all the values are on the real line. Okay, so this is what we get after putting the value of B0. Now this is for usual matrix. Now let's see discrete matrix. How you can define a discrete matrix space? dxy is equal to 1 if x is not equal to y, is equal to 0 if x equal to y. Okay, so now similarly you have to find B01 or B0 half, which is equal to x belongs to R, dx0 is less than half, the value of, similarly P is equal to 0, R is equal to half. So we put the values and from this we write. Now see, either x is equal to 0 or x is not equal to 0, means here we have two conditions. Either x is equal to 0 means we have x is equal to y. Okay, and if x is not equal to 0, then we have this condition, means x is not equal to y. So we write here both the conditions, dx0 is equal to 0 or dx0 is equal to 1. Okay, now again this is the R, means either we get 0 or either we get 1. Okay, so on the real line itself we got the ball, so that's why we write here R. Okay, now for in general BPR is equal to P is equal to R. Okay, now we will see the example for Euclidean matrix space, means x is equal to R2. How we define this? D2 x1 y1 comma x2 y2 is equal to square root of x1 minus y1 square plus x2 minus y2 square. This is the function of Euclidean matrix space in R2. Okay, now to find the open ball, we write here 0 0 and 1, because this is in R2, means two dimensional, means here we have x and y also. Okay, so that's why we write 0 0, means here we have 0 comma 0. Okay, so which is equal to, we take x1 x2 belongs to R2 and d2 x1 x2 P is this, R is this, so comma 0 is less than 1, okay, which implies x1 comma x2 belongs to R2. Now we put this value in our this function. So here y1 is equal to 0, y2 is equal to 0, so we get x1 square plus x2 square is less than 1, okay, means x1 minus 0 square, x2 minus 0 square, okay, so that's why we get x1 square plus x2 square. And how we draw a ball? This is our 0 0, here we have 1, we also get minus sign, so here we get the circle. For this function we get the circle, and this boundary is not included in our open ball. If it is closed, then this boundary should be included, okay, but this is open set, that's why this boundary is not included in our open ball, okay, means we exclude this boundary. Early we have x is equal to R2, where dxy is equal to x1 minus y1 plus x2 minus y2, okay, where x is equal to x1 x2, y is equal to y1 y2. Now similarly we have to find the ball on 0 0 to 1, which is equal to x belongs to R2, d1 x1 x2 0 0 is less than 1, which is equal to x belongs to R2. We put the values in this equation, so we get mod of x1 plus mod of x2 is less than 1. Now see, this x1 and x2 are in the mod, so we have plus and minus x1 plus minus x2, okay, so here we have 4 conditions. They are either x1 x2 both positive, x1 is positive, x2 is negative, then we have x1 is negative, x2 is positive, and last we have both are negative, okay, so we write minus x1 minus x2, okay. So if I want to draw a diagram, how we can draw this? This is 0 0, 1 1, minus 1 minus 1, okay, these are the points which we get. So here if I draw, then we get a rectangle shape or square shape, and this is our open ball, okay, means these are the points are included in this ball, okay. Boundary, again the boundary is not included because it is open ball, okay. Next example, d infinity xy is equal to maximum of mod of x1 minus y1 mod of x2 minus y2, okay. Similarly you have to find 0 0 comma 1, okay, R2 maximum of, now we put this value in y1 and y2, so we get x1 maximum of x1 x2 is less than 1 because R is 1, which is equal to, sorry, here we have x1 x2 belongs to R2, and maximum of means x1 less than 1 or x2 less than 1, okay. Similarly we get here x1 x2 belongs to R2, and here how we write, we have written this, here we get plus minus sign. Similar way here we write this. Similarly we are writing this for this equation or this value, means this x1 is between -1 to 1 and this x2 is also between -1 to 1. Okay, now if I want to draw, see here, x1 is between -1 to 1, -1 to 1, and your x2 is between -1 to 1. So here if I draw, I will get a square. So these are the some examples of open ball. Here we have important facts, that is distance between point P and P is equal to 0, then BPR means open ball with center at P and radius R is not equal to empty, means here we have at least one element in this ball. Okay, so this shouldn't be empty. Second property is, if R is between 0 to S, then BPR is a subset of BPS. Suppose this is our circle with center at P and radius R, and this is our circle, center at P but radius is S. Okay, so from this diagram you can easily say this circle is a subset of this circle. Okay, that's what we write here, BPR is a subset of BPS. Okay, third property is BPR1 union BPR2 is equal to BPR. R is equal to maximum of R1 R2, and if I take the intersection of these, then also we get BPR, where R is the minimum of R1 and R2. Okay, our fourth property is Hausdorff property. And what it says, let XD be a metric space for any two elements or 2 points P, Q belongs to X. There exists R greater than 0 such that BPR intersection BQR is equal to empty. Means this is your ball with center at P and radius R, and this is a ball center at Q and radius R. If I take their intersection, we don't have any element in common, so that's why this is empty. Okay, now if we have to prove this, how we will prove? What is given to us? 2 points, that is PQ belongs to X. Okay, means X here is metric space, PQ belongs to X, means P is not equal to Q and distance between PQ is greater than 0. Okay, if it is not greater than 0, then P is equal to Q, means this is the circle which we got. Okay, to get the answer, here we assume R is equal to distance between PQ upon 2, okay, which is obviously greater than 0. If I take this 2 to that side, so 2R is equal to distance between P and Q. Now Here we claim BPR intersection BQR is equal to empty. So we assume here, suppose this is not empty, means there exists at least one element which belongs to this intersection. Okay, there exists X belongs to BPR intersection BQR. Okay, such that here we apply the definition of open ball. So distance between X and P is less than R, and distance between X and Q is less than R. Okay, now we have studied triangle inequality. So if I write dx dpq is less than or equal to dpx plus distance between X and Q. But if you see here, distance between PQ is 2r, and this distance is strictly less than r, and this distance is also strictly less than r. So here we get which is less than r plus r, which is equal to 2r, and 2r is not less than 2r, which is equal to 2r, means this is not equal to. So here we get contradiction. Okay, and that's why whatever we suppose or we assume, it is false. So from that we write BPR intersection BQR is empty. Here we prove Hausdorff property. Here we have one more theorem, that is, if X is a metric space with D1 and D2, means XD1, XD2, such that D2 is less than some multiple, that is KD1, for some K greater than 0, then every open ball with respect to D2 contains an open ball with respect to D1 centered at P belongs to X. Okay, we have to show this. Now how we prove this? We consider open ball, that is BD2, P is center, R is radius, in XD2. Okay, now we assume S is equal to R by K, and this R and K are greater than 0, means if it is greater than 0, then the value of S is also greater than 0, and we have claimed is BD1 PS is a subset of BD2 PR. Okay, means every open ball with respect to D2 contains an open ball with respect to D1, means this is D2 and this is D1. Okay, means we have to show this is a subset of this. Okay, so we assume, we take one element from this, which is X belongs to BD1 PS. Okay, now if we apply here the definition of open ball, we can write distance between XP is less than S, which implies S is what? R by K. So we substitute that value is less than R by K. Also given D2 XP is less than or equal to, means this D2 is less than or equal to k d1 xp. Okay, now see here, this d1 xp is less than rk. Okay, so we write is less than k into r by k. Now this k and this k get cancelled, so here we get r, which implies x belongs to b d2 pr. Means we assume x from our set b d1 ps, and we showed this x is also belongs to b d2 pr. Means this b1 b d1 ps is a subset of b d2 pr, and that's what we have to show. Hence every open ball with respect to d2 contains open ball with respect to d1 which centered at p belongs to x. Okay, this is what we have to show, and we have proved this. So here we saw the definition of open ball, how we can find the open ball. Also we have seen some properties and one theorem. Not one, we have seen two theorems. The definition of open ball, how we can find the open ball of a given function. We also seen the important facts and two theorems, that is house of property theorem and next this theorem. In the next video we will see open set in a matrix space. Okay, the definition of open set, and then we have one theorem, that is open ball is an open set, and then we have structure of an open set in R with usual matrix. So we will see that theorem also. So don't forget to watch that video because it is important. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This is all about mathematics. So if you are interested in mathematics, then don't forget to subscribe, do like my video and share with your friends also. Bye.